Hello and welcome back to SiGMA TV. I'm Yanni Collins and joining me today is the founder of Oddspedia, and we're here to uncover Oddspedia's past, present, and future plays in the sports betting world. Welcome Jeton Kodia to the show, and thank you very much for speaking with me today.
Hi, thank you to have the opportunity to speak here.
It's my pleasure. Now, how did you come to found Oddspedia? What was the vision? What was the gap that you saw in the market?
Some years ago, when we founded Oddspedia, me and my best friend, we met us on a poker table. So we are gamblers, and we saw there is a gap somehow in the market to have like an odds comparison, fulfill with nice odds. With a lot of bookmakers and also with a lot of data where you can put then all this information in a bet. And we saw there is some gap, and we said, okay, come on, let's do it, and let's try to do our vision. And yeah, we are doing it now.
Interesting. And can you tell us a little bit about your background leading to the creation of your company? What was your area of expertise and how long have you been in the industry?
So in the industry, I am now since I think 2008, 2009. And when we created our first website, and from 2009, a lot of stuff happened. So when I studied in that time and needed some money to make my studies. And as a gambler, we decided then, or we created our first website in the gambling niche, and no idea about SEO and all this kind of stuff, but suddenly it became really successful. And from this point, then I stopped my studies. Jan Möller, my business partner, quitted his job, and we created this company.
Awesome. Look how far have you come. And since the foundation of Oddspedia back in 2014, what have been some of the key content and solutions you have brought into the industry?
Yeah, when we speak about content, in our case, it's more about data. And we understood when you have like a big website like Oddspedia with so many sub pages and so many information and stuff, that we can't go through hand by hand every page to be up to date. And so we created a centralized database where we fulfill every information what we need from, let's say, from a bookmaker, or for any market we need, any language we need. And from this point, there is one person only who can update. Then, for example, the payment methods changed for bookmaker XYZ in England, and he just can delete this payment method or add a new one. And every customer from England will see directly the updated, fresh, valued content. And this we have done now with years of work, that we have a reliable database where we can display the correct data and the correct content on every market, every language we are targeting.
Mm-hmm. And speaking of data, you guys have established yourselves as one of the hottest portals for sports fans and bettors. And it was learned late February that you will diversify your marketing strategies and start venturing out on TV advertisements. So what does this mean for Oddspedia? Could you talk more about this significant milestone?
Sure. As most sports betting affiliates are SEO driven, so they gain their traffic from search engines. We also, and we understood after a while that we want to be more independent and don't want anymore just to look what wants search engines, and we should fulfill them their requirements, and hope to gain some traffic from them. So we started, of course, with social media, and have with YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter good successful coming stuff. All the channels, all the reach, it's growing. Of course, then we understood that I call it, or I name it, old school marketing. So TV advertising, sponsoring, it's really helping not only for brand awareness that the people knows or becoming more contact with Oddspedia. It's helping also the social media channels. It's helping also an SEO perspective that the brand is becoming more healthy, more search volume is search, more people are searching for the brand. And so the biggest stage was for us then, of course, at first to find the nice opportunities where we can make some good TV advertising or sponsoring. And well, with a small deal, let's say, with Real Madrid was really nice. So it's working.
Mm-hmm. Well, from social media now you've migrated to TV. It's incredibly a big step for the company. Now, earlier last month, you announced your launch of the sports portal. That is of a version exclusive to the Japanese market. What does your company envisage or hope to obtain out of this expansion?
I mean, maybe I can put now here our franchise partnership solution what we have, and of course we as a company can't be professional everywhere on this world, but we want to have Oddspedia on nearly every language, every market, and this we are trying with all what we have. And of course, and then it's coming like markets where let's say for us European guys with Japanese letters, Japanese languages, where we have no any clue about the language, no any stuff, no any knowledge about even also about the culture is different. But still, we are thinking that these markets are very important. Same when we talk about India or Pakistan or Arabic countries. And time by time, we want to try to give a small step inside every market, but also we are searching for people, for SEOs, for sports betting affiliates who want to be part of this Oddspedia community and who can also take over, like because maybe they are Japanese or they know the market very well, they are mother tongue in what else of language they have, and they can take over then the oddspedia.com/JA or any country they want, and can work with us to establish Oddspedia in this market. And of course, the Japanese markets, it's a crazy one, it's a big one, but still I would say we are more learning as doing.
Absolutely. Now, could you tell us more about the launch of your multiple Oddspedia widgets? What important features are we missing, and what is this product trying to solve?
And when we started to make like websites before Oddspedia, a sports betting website, we wanted, of course, to have like valuable data on our website, not only written text content, boring stuff that we tested this bookmaker, whatever, what every affiliate has. So we wanted to have a real data, like live score data, like odds comparison data, like data about the matches and so on. And when we were searching around, there are some providers outside, but they want huge money for this kind of data. Or there are providers outside who give you maybe also some like live score or whatever, some data, but where we was not satisfied with the design or with the handling. And when we created Oddspedia with all this data on oddspedia.com, we said, oh, come on, let's do something also where we can help with our widgets and other affiliates, other websites what are maybe not so big or even what are big but don't want to give this efforts to create an own odds comparison or to pay a lot of money for data. So we created this widget center where we are developing in a monthly base also new widgets, and where every affiliate outside every website can take this widget, can customize it, can put it on the website. It's just a click share. We don't gain there any money for it. And at the moment, I think we have around 400 websites what are using our widgets, and we are thinking that this could be also a good a good approach for the brand Oddspedia, of course, that is becoming also more known, but also for to make a lot of websites and the internet, let's say in the sports betting niche, a bit better.
A massive 400 websites using your widgets. That is fantastic news. And now looking at the industry as a whole, what are the key challenges but also benefits that COVID-19 has brought for the sports betting?
Yeah, I mean, the pandemic, yeah, destroyed a lot of lives. And also, let's say, the sports betting market is changing at the moment, I think. For me, sports betting is going hand in hand with sports. And of course, when you also, I just read some studies that the interests of people for to watch sports is going down. And somehow I feel also for myself and my neighborhood, friends, everybody, that you are the sports, like a football match or whatever, is also connected with emotion. And without fans, without social activities, to go in a pub to watch a game, to speak with your friends, to go in the stadium and so on, and also to feel this kind of emotion in the stadiums, this somehow puts you away from sports. And everything, and 99% of sports bettors are not professional ones who are betting without emotions. So 99% are also betting with emotions and betting for the home team, for their supporting team, against their friends, and so on. And COVID-19, as long as this pandemic is going, is more we are losing the connection to the sports, and we are losing also our emotions more and more. And this means also for the sports betting industry that a lot of less betting activities we can recognize. And yeah, this is on the one hand really bad. Of course, other sports like esports are profitable or are going more and more up, but still is not, you can't compare them with our, let's say, real sports emotions, what we have in the normal sports like soccer, like football, like tennis and so on, and all this. And without this kind of emotions, I think that the sports betting industry will also lose more bettings as we now lost.
That is a very great insight. So, based from my understanding, due to the COVID-19, gamblers are betting less and less based on emotions because of the COVID-19. Could you clarify that point just for a second?
I mean, as I'm also a gambler, and of course, yeah, especially for example, yesterday was in Germany was a great Champions League evening where we was looking Champions League games, but it was you are because of the pandemic, you are looking at alone at home and not with your friends in a pub or meeting with a lot of people, and this somehow puts you more away from this kind of events. And as more you are away from it, as more you are also not thinking about to bet on it. And because sports and betting is somehow is going hand in hand, and if the emotional perspective is missing, why I should bet on something where what is even not attracting me at all. For example, often I'm a football game. Often I was looking, watching football games where I'm not supporting any teams, but only because of the sports I was looking at. And for me to make it a bit more interesting, I made a bet. And at the moment, I'm not so much, let's say, taken by sports because of this missing social aspect of this. Yeah, without sports fans in the stadium, without this atmosphere, it's like watching a friendly game, and this is something what is not really catching anybody. And this, of course, then you can see also in the sports betting industry. Besides, of course, that a lot of sports is not playing. A lot of leagues in this second, third, fourth league is not really playing on different sports, like on ice hockey, basketball, and so on. This, of course, is also a huge damage for the sports betting industry. But besides this, also the less emotional on the sports is also harming the sports betting industry.
Jeton, that was a very interesting perspective. Thank you for that insight. Now, when we look at iGaming trends that we have seen in 2020, I'd love for you to identify some of the trends that you have observed and that you really work to implement.
I mean, one of the biggest trends what we could see, also because of course, cause of the pandemic, was the esports activity and the esports interest. Even now in Germany, where what I would say is like an early stage country for esports, it's becoming more and more popular. And of course, when especially on the time when we had a really hard lockdown, where no sports was available and every sport stopped playing, esports become really up. And at the moment, also the trend to esports is going more and more. And of course, we want also to try on Oddspedia this section to make it bigger, to have there more data, more valuable data. It's not so easy on esports to find valuable data and to create this. But yeah, we are working on it and to have there a big esports section, because we are thinking that besides our, let's say, normal sports, esports will be the next big thing.
Definitely, definitely. And as we come near the end of our talk, what's next for 2021 and beyond for Oddspedia?
I mean, we have our 5 years plan. We want to be in 5 years, let's say, one of the biggest brands in sports betting connection with sports data and sports fans. So to get a lot of sports data on every single match, what you want, but to transfer this kind of knowledge, then what you get because of this data on a good bet with the best odds, and doesn't matter on which markets, doesn't matter on which language. This is the aim what we are doing. And we will create more widgets, a lot of more. The website will be much bigger in the near future. We will have community aspects. We will have more bookmakers integrated. We will have more odds compared. We will be on more markets also. So 2021, 22, to describe Oddspedia in one word, it's just more.
I love it. Amazing. Well, congratulations on all this growth, Jeton. Thank you for joining me today's discussion. I'm wishing you all the best for your endeavors in the coming year.
Thank you very much. And yeah, stay healthy and be negative.
And you too. And that's it for myself and Jeton. Let us know how you found this segment. Drop us a comment on the comment box below and we'll see you in the next video.